there. So back with the Love 41 Women's Professional Tote. Super excited to be doing this. It's been years, literally, since I officially did a review. So very happy to get back into it. Thanks for your patience. Had a lot of travel the last couple of weeks and lots of odds and ends with life. So it took longer than I expected. But I did want to show it to you here, just starting out on a table. One, to show you that it has a very wide base and it obviously easily sits on the table. I have a fair amount of things in here, and you can see that it's not like, it doesn't wobble at all. Here come my dog, so just be prepared. There's probably gonna be some action wild, see? There's gonna be, come here, come on. There's gonna be action wildlife shots. This is Truth or Consequences, named after the city in New Mexico. Oh gosh. And then he's not letting the other one up, Dobby. But anyways, so first thing to notice about the tote is it's got a very wide base, much wider, I think, than her other totes. And I am gonna do a follow-up video just comparing this to all of her other Love 41 totes, which shamelessly, I think I have every single one except for the Shopper's tote, which sort of burns because I always really wanted that one. But anyway, so what I would notice is first that it's got a wide base, it easily sits. And before we get into the bag, I have a very large phone here. This is 3.5 by 7, and it has a very heavy duty case. It's about 1/2 inch, and this easily goes in the front pocket like that. And I would say it's about the biggest phone. You can see right here, that's how deep the phone is. That's about the biggest phone that you could get into that front pocket, but it is incredibly handy. I do like that she now makes her phone pockets really just big so they can accommodate a wide variety of sizes. If you see her older version, some of them were quite tiny. So that's that. The other thing before we get into the bag, I really do, I think this is, first of all, let me just say, the best tote that she's ever made. And so I want to talk some about the exterior features before I open the bag. The first is that she does have D-rings, which I like a lot. Her older totes are sewn, and so when you do this, the leather sort of just bends, and it's fine. It's not, it doesn't affect the functionality at all, but I really like the D-rings because they lay flat. And then you can see that she's got this upgraded handle, which she has had on a few of her other totes. But it is really nice because it's padded and it's thick, and it just feels more substantial. So I love the hardware. I love the exterior pocket. There is nothing on the back side of the bag. It's just clean and smooth. The other thing that I really like, and I'll do this and hopefully you can see it, is that she has a zipper on it, which just makes it really nice for security and just so nothing falls out. I'm someone that's always carrying probably too much and could stand to clean my purses out more often. So I really appreciate that. She does have the contrasting leather pull, which just makes it, 1, easy to see, and 2, easy to zip. So let me tell you everything that I have in this bag, and then once I empty it, it'll be easy to show you the features of it. So the first most notable thing is that I have a very large, and it still stands even with very little in there. So the first thing is that I have my yoga laptop, which I almost never travel without. This is a really big laptop. So this is 10 by 14, and it fits easily. I think it's probably about the biggest that you could get in there and still zip. The zipper happens probably about 1.5 inches down. So if you don't need to zip it, you could probably get a taller laptop in there. But again, 10 by 14, no issues, fits easily, and there's still plenty of room for other stuff. And as you can see, it hasn't affected the durability of how it sits. So that's the first thing I have in there. The second thing I have in there is this, speaking of phones and trying to guess the size of things, if you can believe this used to be a phone pouch way back in the day. But I actually have use it now just to hold all my cards, and have tried to be more minimalist. I probably will never be minimalist. I'm like just sort of maximalist. I always like carry a lot of things, but at least try to have like a more reasonably sized wallet. And so this was sitting in the very generously sized zipper pocket in the back. And so here's this. I also have in the zipper pocket, the Love 41 thing. But I also have in there my Jeep key and just a little leather keychain and a single key, and all that fit with tons of room to spare in the zippered pocket that runs along the back. I'll set that there. And then I have a very large sunglasses case because I would break my sunglasses if I didn't carry them in a case. And this is just sitting loose on the bottom, sharing spot with the laptop. And then, because I always seem to just be running out of the door or getting on a plane or coming back from somewhere, and my things are always frequently undercharged. So I have a giant battery, I swear, that could do my laptop and my phone and my daughter's phone. And then a sort of not as giant, but it does have the handy 2 prongs I can recharge on the road. So I have these two kind of always with me. And again, these two were just sitting in the main open compartment. And then I have an extra phone cord because I can never have too many. I probably should put those like in a pouch of some kind, but I just have them loose. And then there are 2 nice open pockets right here. I'm gonna move this. Bear with me. There are 2 nice open pockets in the front on the back side of this pocket. And in there I have this because it is kind of cold and flu season. So I feel like I always have a sore throat or somebody else does. So I have this stuffed in there and it is pretty big, and that's basically all I can get in the one open pocket. And in the other open pocket, I just have like a chapstick, but obviously you could put a lot more than that. Okay, so the bag is fully empty. I'm just gonna do this so you can kind of appreciate what it looks like. So just to reiterate, in the front, behind this pocket, there is 2 open pockets here that are generously sized. And running almost the full length of the back is a zippered pocket. That's really nice. That's where I had my wallet and I had my keys. And then she also has over here on the back left, probably a key fob that's about 3 inches long. But I never have my keys attached to that just because I always just kind of have them sitting loose in there so I can easily move it from bag to bag. And that's the extent of this bag. You could fit a lot more in here, but again, trying to travel and be more thoughtful about traveling lighter. I'm gonna say this is probably, really frankly, my favorite tote that she's ever made. One, because it stands by itself. I think that's really a key feature. It does not have feet for anybody that is curious about that, but it does stand really well regardless. 2, because it's got this giant exterior pocket. 3, because it zips. And 4, because she did the D-rings, which I really appreciate. She has the zipper pocket. There's nothing, I look at this, I'm gonna think on it some more, and when I do my big tote comparison of her sort of evolution of her style, her design, and her totes through the years, I'll give it some more thought and see if I have a version 2.0. But I am gonna say, at first glance, I think there's no 2.0 on this. I do genuinely think this is my favorite all-time tote. It's billed as a professional women's tote. Obviously kind of implies, you know, you might go to work with it just with the laptop, but I really think it's a great everyday tote. It does not fall off the shoulders. I kind of tuck it behind my back, slip my hand in my pocket, and it stays on my shoulders very nicely. Another huge plus, I think, which I'm gonna attribute to the slightly wider and more substantial handle. Really killed it. Lined with pigskin to help with it from not stretching in the future and easily being able to be wiped out if you spill something in there. Really just an A+ tote. I'm gonna do another, in my next video, I'm gonna show you what else fits if you're not gonna use it for work, kind of just show like day in the life stuff that fits in this bag. If you have any questions, drop me a message below. So glad to be back. This is Love 41. Suzette, you really killed it this time. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks for watching.